under this blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chels, up the Middles FC. Let's go. Have it right, Midfield FC. You got the minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
So have it right, up the Chels, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in tonight. Hope everyone's doing well and winning in life. I hope everyone is well. Let's have it right. First and foremost, guys, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed the piece of the like button, smash it right now. Smash it like Bowley and Egg Barley is smashing their misses. Let's have it right. And he can go back and go and buy them another Birkin bag. What else we got? Oh yeah, we got the notification button. Make sure you hit that ding dong, all that jazz. You know when we're going live. Make sure you do smash the pieces, that subscribe button. Just hit it once. Don't hit it again. Just the one time and subscribe to Mills FC. We're on the road to 10k. Big up to everyone. Shout out to everyone because we have hit the 7k. We've hit the 7,000 subscribers, which is monumental achievement. Let's have it right. It's fantastic. So big up to everyone that's supporting the channel. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below in the description. And got what I mean, 7k, that's just fantastic. Do you know what I mean? It's quality, bruv. But let's have it right. Smash those likes, smash that like button. There's almost 100 of you in here. Smash the piece of the like button and respect to everyone landing their minerals. All my Minerals FC Ultras, bruv. Every single one of you. We got Leo in here. Big up Johnny. All these Mudryk agenda merchants are quiet. Funny that. Listen, they're all in the mud. They're all in the mud. We know it. We know it. We back our ballers. We back our players. And funny enough, when they come good, they want to get on the bandwagon. But when you're down and in the dumps and you're trying to dig out your minerals, they want to fucking step on you. So have it right. They want to slander you. They want to feed agenda. Well, it doesn't go. It goes only one way. And the only way and the right way is to back your player and make sure that when he's down, you support him, bruv, because he needs the support. He ain't going to get it from any other fan base. He's only going to get it from Chelsea and the gaffer, etc., etc. So you know the deal, guys. You know the deal. Everyone on Minerals FC knows the deal. Big up to Jamal Jones. Minerals, I ain't even say. Let's call him Minerals Siri Merchant, bruv. Maybe he should change his name, bruv. But I do agree what he says. He says we beat Fulham just to be tied on points with them. Let's have it right. That's the benchmark now. They're the standards at Chelsea at the minute. But everyone wants to blow on the trumpet and get all excited. But we'll land it as always. Mixed Minerals with Dina, big up to you. Big up to my geezer, Mickey Droy Boy. Big up to Neil. He says, big up, Johnny, all the Minerals Army, Mickey Droy Boy and RIP Chelsea Old Boys. Don Roman's name being sung loud and proud at Fulham. Can't see Clown Bowley and Egg Barley's name being sung soon, if ever. Up the Chels. Big up to Neil, bruv. Big up to you, my geezer. Respect. Johnny's in here, up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Jorgen's in here. He says, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you here, live and locked in. You know the deal. We mimic it. We mimic the Minerals FC, obviously, bruv. Metal Face Doom's in here. Immortal Technique. Big up to Cameron. Big up to Jamie, my member. Big up to Alpha. Mickey Droy Boy. Come on, bruv. Come on. He knows Jamie's landing the Minerals all day long. He always lands the Minerals, Jamie. He always lands the Minerals. Who else in here? John CFC, Hannah, big up to Hannah, big up to CFC Fan 1, Noah Burns Green, big up to JP the Dog, Sean Newlands. He says, Johnny, thoughts on both your boyfriends, Mountain Habit, stinking it up, and the two fan bases wanting them gone, generational. Yeah, well, let's have it right, shall we? I think Mason Mount's been out for almost 7 to 8 weeks. And since he's come back, he's bagged more assists than Chelsea in the last fucking God knows how long, all right? And he's been their best player. And funny enough, on their timeline, if you go to the large accounts, they're all saying that he's their best player. So I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know what you're smoking, Sean. You're bringing that wrong energy to the chat, as always, because you love to pipe all the other wrong-uns on all their other platforms. It doesn't surprise us on here. But let's set the record straight. And didn't have a score a penalty. Didn't he score a penalty under all that pressure and he bagged it? And I'm sure he'll kick on. But listen, what are you worried about? Why are we talking about Man Havertz? You know what? What did they say? Frank Leboeuf and Zola and Lampard, Mount and Havertz are the missing pieces at Chelsea. That's the experience that we need, but we sold them and you lot fed into the agenda. So, like I say, jog the fuck on and know what you're saying because you clearly don't. Yeah? Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to RJM Chelsea Redskin, my member. Big up to you, my geezer. And as always, guys, standing on the Minerals FC, we see things they'll never see. Shout out Chelsea Old Boys. Rest in peace. Smash those likes and subscribe, guys, to the truth-telling platform. The one platform that's been landing it 24/7 since we've ever started this channel. All right? And funny enough, people are starting to see the light. People are starting to see the light. Yeah? And I'm glad they are. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up to Dino, big up to Gabe, big up to Petty the Ripper. He says, smash the likes, come on, smash those likes. Big up to Madrid. John CFC, big up to you, Geezer. Big up to Jesse Tiv. Big up, Johnny. I really like Mudryk. Him and Palmer make a good duo since Palmer is an unselfish player. Big up to Jesse. We're going to talk about Palmer. We're going to talk about Minerals Mudryk. We're going to talk about the game for obvious reasons. It's come up a little bit late, but I've been very busy. I've come back. I've landed back. And I tell you what, it's time to land it. And we are going to do that tonight, bro, before the Champions League games kick on. And by the way, Manchester United, those goons, Arsenal, you're a fucking embarrassment. You know what? You've embarrassed the Premier League. You've embarrassed English football teams. You've embarrassed English football. The absolute state of it, the shit show that you can't beat Lens away and United can't beat Galatasaray at home. It's shocking, embarrassing. But let's have it right. Oh, no, that's his name. Oh, no, that's his name. Yeah, let's have it right. That is his name. Absolute fraud. We were told he can play at the back, and I did like him. I thought he was a very good keeper. Well, obviously, I've been proved wrong, bruv. The guy's having howlers, stinkers after stinkers every game. But what can you do when you've got no defence in front of you? The defence, you got Johnny Evans, bruv. I mean, what we doing here? Lindelof, who dresses up as a bird, bruv. I'm sure he does. You know, I've seen images on the timeline where he likes to dress up with his handbag, but he'd probably get on with Siri Merchant. Maybe Siri Merchant might buy him a Birkin bag and they'll get on and hit on like a house on fire. Who knows? We don't want to know. We don't care. But that is something to digest. You know what I mean? Big up to Vincey Goon. He says, I'm a rival, but up the Minerals, Johnny. You speak the truth, and it doesn't matter what club you support. See that the mercenary front office of Chelsea's ruining your club, and it is ruining our club. Today, the latest Minerals landed, which is exactly what I've been talking about, is we are basing our whole club and a whole structure and a whole project based on Red Bull. Red Bull, the football club that's only been in existence for fucking 17 years, we are basing our whole fucking project on it. Well, that tells you everything you know. They're looking at young youth players, buying players from different continents. It's Epstein FC, all galore, bruv. You know the deal. It's Beachhead, it's Streamline from Chelsea, all that jazz. And that's exactly what they're doing. And they've just glorified it, broadcasted it today when we already knew that. And I told you that last season, and it wasn't documented, it wasn't broadcasted, but I told you that that was the case. And now it's come to light. And everyone's going, well, how about you sort out our first team? No shit. What have we been saying all this time? Sort out the first team, sort out the core, bring me some experienced minerals in the team because we lack it. And we're just about beating relegation teams, bruv. Yeah. Well, this is the reality now at Chelsea, is that we're not going to be buying proven pedigree players. We're not going to be buying anyone over the age of 25 years old. Quite unquote, James Maddison, he was too old, 1 year older, 26, and he's doing very well at Spursy. You got Spursy giving limbs, bruv, beating Liverpool, and obviously Liverpool were robbed. Let's have it right. Cry your eyes out, you veneer merchant. You fucking giving it on a big and replay the game. Replay the game, but this has never happened in football. Well, let's have it right. Why don't you fucking replay our Carabao Cup final, bruv? Yeah, how about that for the goal for the cement-booted rat whose toenail was apparently offside? Well, do you know what? He would have won the game and we would have won the cup because that's cement-booted fraud. Sometimes things ain't meant to be. But why don't we replay that game? You ain't going to do that. You ain't going to do that. So you're not going to have your game replayed, veneer merchant. And you dippers, you stay where you belong. You're fucking arrogant. You're a shit team, shit club, an absolute disgrace of a fan base. They're fucking wrong-uns galore. They declare their fucking Scousland as a country, bruv. You boo the national anthem, but you go and support England. Make it make sense. These guys, they deserve everything they get. And I'm glad that they got done. I'm glad they got muddied. And they got muddied by Spursies, the club that I fucking well hate, right? The shites. But let's have it right. They'll dip off. They'll just fall off a cliff. They always do because they're bottle jobs. But the bottom line is this, they fucking landed it. They landed limbs. When was the last time we hit limbs like that? Last minute winner, man, where we're fucking ecstatic, bruv. We're just going mental, bruv. We've never had that. We haven't had it since Thomas Tuchel. And we'll be waiting, TikTok, we'll be still waiting for those times. We had to score 2 goals against Fulham back to back and within 2 minutes to just fucking calm the nerves. But let's have it right. When we go a goal down or 2 goals down, there is no coming back. This is the first time we go ahead and we win the game against a team that's toothless, bruv. Let's have it right. So it is what it is, bruv. It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you smash the piece of that like button, every single one of you. James says, I called it last stream, Mudryk needs to start. We said Mudryk needs to start, but we said, and I said, why can't Mudryk start with Chilwell? Why does it have to be one or the other? And when they do play, you know what I'm saying? Let's have it right, land the minerals, bruv. But Chilly's out now. Chilly's out for God knows how long. We've had Reece James out. We've got fucking injuries galore. And Kunku's out. It's the same old story, but that's the repercussions of these clowns upstairs sacking our entire medical team. And they go on data. They love data. Apparently, they're so confident that data is going to come good. Listen, let's have it right. It's not Football Manager. This is not data-driven. Do you understand me? This is about eye test. This is about mentality. This is about chemistry. This is about not just putting data together and building a football team. You're fucking deluded, man. All right? And obviously in October, with all these horrible fixtures that are coming up, we're going to see. We're going to see what we've all been talking about. But let's look, enjoy everyone lapping it up, getting excited and all that jazz like they do after every fucking win. And then we go and lose and then we go and draw and then it's all meltdown again. And then reality hits home. It's just going to be like that all season, man. Expect it, understand it, drinking the minerals, bruv. Up the Chels, up the minerals FC. Let's go, bruv. Even if Poch manages to improve this team, Eggplant and Professor Cappuccino won't back him and sign proven players or get a director of football or a new medical team. Listen, the medical team ain't happening. They call all the shots and they're shit, and we know it. The signing proven players is never going to happen. It doesn't suit the model. They need low wage structure, players with high potential, and they're not going to get a director of football because you've got Siri Merchant and Ted Lasso-Bowley playing director of football. They are sporting directors. And then they give the illusion that the carrot-eating Merchant, Winstanley, and Stuart Little are the directors of football when they're fucking well not. They're just yes men. Jellyfish yes men. That's all they are. All right. Until you understand that, you'll be better off. But obviously, you lot digest all this brown envelope waffle, bangers and mash, no onions, no gravy, lumpy hard mash, burnt, no Lurpak, all that jazz. You drink that and you eat it all in. We don't on here. We know exactly how it works up top and how it works down the hierarchy, bruv. It's a fucking yes, sir, please, sir, 3 bags full, sir. And if it ain't that, you're out the door and you get sacked, quote unquote, Chris Vivell, bruv. Let's have it right. Quote unquote, Tommy T. Quote unquote, every fucking anyone who's been chucked out of this football club. Even Claude Makalele, our goat, has decided to leave this club because it's fucking run by clowns, bruv. And the project's a joke. Yeah, let's have it right. And we're going to talk about Gianfranco Zola and Frank Leboeuf and Lampard all land the minerals, bruv. Yeah, like I say, but you lot want to go to Steve Sidwell to suit the agenda on Roman Abramovich, yeah, to say that Roman used to go in that dressing room. Steve Sidwell, you're bought, you fucking want the brown envelopes, you've got the brown envelopes, let's have it right, and it's a load of fucking waffle, yeah, because Roman Abramovich very rarely went in the dressing room, and when he did, it was bad. And when it was bad, bruv. And he let his presence know. He just look. That's all he has to do. He doesn't have to go in like Siri Merchant, Ted Lasso, every fucking game, win, lose or draw, hug the players, give them a pat on the back. Oh, well done, kids. Should we get you some more milk? Oh, if you do well, if you score a goal, I'll get you a Birkin bag. That's the fucking levels and the mentality at Chelsea at the moment. It's so lackluster. It's so weak. Spineless, bruv. Yeah? So have it right. Roman, yeah, land his chopper to sack gaffers. That's the only time he landed at Cobham, bruv. And when we win a trophy, that's when he's there. End of. All right. So when you hear people like Steve Sidwell, they're not big players at Chelsea Football Club with any reputation, bruv. Fuck me. What we doing, man? Even a benchmark to listen to people's nonsense is so in the mud to suit these guys, these clowns' agenda. It's about the real goats in the game. The real goats in the game know the fucking deal. So have it right. But shout out Jamie, not wrong, bruv. Everyone hates us. United, AK, VAR abusers have lost more games and get way less hate. And Anana has DDG itis. Great to see hit the team I hate the most fail or fall. Is that fail? Well, listen, they're failing. Bald Hogs, fucking hell, man. He's got it all to work. I mean, they got injuries as well. So in their defense, I can see why they're struggling. But at the same time, listen, Rashford, what a fucking, he's shocking, bruv. What a shit player he is. I mean, number 10, guy's on for over 300 grand a week. This guy's robbing Manchester United, man. This guy's poor, bruv. His distribution, everything about him, man, he's been shocking, bruv. Yeah, honestly, Casemiro, world class. We know that. Varane, top notch, but what's he got to play with? Fucking handbag merchant, Lindelof, bruv. I mean, they got both their left back and right back out. You've got court cases. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, they're in the mud and we'll drink in those minerals. But I think the agenda doesn't need to be on their gaffer. It very much needs to be on the Glazers who have fucking destroyed their football club. Let's have it right. But unfortunately, you get all these other so-called big United platforms who like to feed the agenda on the gaffer and players instead of the root of the problem when they know the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is to protest against the Glazers. But our owners, worse than the Glazers, bruv. Fucking hell, way worse. Let's have it right. And I stand by it. Stand by it. Big up by Mirals. He says, if Chelsea asked for VAR audio, nothing would happen. Of course it wouldn't. Doesn't suit the agenda. When it's their beloved Liverpool, oh, they'll love it, man. They'll do it all day long because they got robbed. Let's have it right. They rob everyone, man. They pickpocket every fucking official, bruv. Literally, everyone's in their pocket. These merchants, bruv. They get away with it, bruv. All right? They're crooked as fuck. All right, but let's talk about VAR. Let's talk about how VAR has destroyed the game. He's turned the game soulless, bruv. The game's gone. The game's gone. I'm sorry. This is Corruption FC. They have manipulated. They have destroyed football, implementing this nonsense, bringing in extra officials to manipulate the game, manipulate decisions. Everyone saw the footage. The footage says VAR was saying, are we all clear? Are we good? Yeah, it's perfect. And the fucking line's been drawn and you can clearly see that he's onside, yet they say it's perfect. Yet decision offside. And then they want to backtrack deliberately. They want to backtrack, but they know by backtracking to cover their footsteps is because once it's played on, once the game and the referee blows the whistles and the game continues, that's it. You can't go back on the decisions. That's the rule book. They did it. They changed the rule book ever since Manchester United have to the full 90 went. and they were awarded a penalty, and the penalty got taken after the final whistle was blown. And because of that, they changed the rules that once VAR has made a decision, once the whistle's blown in any event in the game, they cannot go back to decision. So thank you. Why don't the Dippers thank Manchester United, bruv? That's ironic, bruv. That's ironic for them to thank them. But it is what it is. That's the repercussions. That's the domino effect of what's happening. But we know VAR's fact, bruv. I mean, it's just, like I say, it's corruption at its finest. It's the way for the FA corrupt. They're the biggest crooks in the game. They hate Chelsea. The campaign against Chelsea is relentless. These clowns upstairs are still yet to come to that realisation. But that's true. That's how it is, bro. Bartek Minerals, you know it, bro. Everyone knows it. I mean, you know, we don't get any decisions with VAR. Very rarely do we get any decisions unless it's an absolute stonewall in some way or another. But what about Thiago Silva getting a fucking yank like that on his head? I mean, why wasn't that Fulham player sent off? How can you not send him off? Why wasn't VAR saying that's a red card? That tells you everything you need to know, man. It tells you everything you know, because if they get their red card, we've killed the game, we win it comfortably, and it is what it is, because they did have chances in the second half. This is my thing, is that these decisions are a joke. What about the Spurs game with Mike Fraudine, Toothpick Merchant, and Ball Taylor? And we had Cucurella's hair pull. We had Havertz taken down before Harry Kane scored the equalising goal. And they should have had a red card in both situations. We didn't get nothing. Tommy T walked away with 1 point, and the agenda fed on Tommy T. It's those fine margins. And then Mike didn't have to come out and apologise because he's backing his mate. Fuck off, man. The game's gone. The game's finished. I've said it from day one. Even now, I look at football and I just think to myself, it's changed so much. And you think to yourself, what's the point sometimes? What's the point? You can't rely on true officials. You can't rely on VAR. You can't rely on your fucking owners at this minute. You can't rely on anything. Everything's bought left, right and centre. You got brown envelopes flying all over the gaff, bro. They're getting shipped out. They're getting flown out. And everyone is just whacking them in their pockets. And it's a yes, sir, please, sir, 3 bags full, sir. We'll do whatever you say, sir, because we want the fucking money. And it's all about money. That's where the game's dead. Jamie says, hi, Johnny. It's always the low-key players. Sidwell is one example. Bonahor is another culprit. What have these guys done to earn the right to come at TT and defend the owners, at least earn a resume? Listen, these guys are the ones that exactly are the ones that come out. It's because they got fuck all, and they haven't really got a reputation. They're not loved by the fan base, and that's how it is, bro. They're the ones that get singled out, and they're the ones that are chosen and focused on to feed the garbage to everyone, and everyone believes that shit. And it rattles me. I can't fucking stand it. Yeah, that they come in at Roman Abramovich trying to dig and make it seem all right for them going in that dressing room every game or every home game. Let's have it right. Yeah. And that Roman was doing exactly the same thing when he fucking well wasn't. And everyone knows it. But yet all these Twitter virgins, all these wrongins in the fan base, all these big accounts want to feed into that agenda to support the ownership that have fucking killed our club at the minute. Let's have it right. And just because we've won one game, everyone thinks, yeah, we're going to fucking title charge now. Top 5, let's go. We're 10 points off fucking top 5. What are we doing? 10 points. I said to everyone, after 10 to 15 games, if we're 10 points off top 5, we ain't seen it. We're already 10 points off top 5, bro. 7 games playing, 10 points off top 5. I mean, it's embarrassing, bro. 1 billion spent. 1 billion spent. And we are that far off, bro. Yeah, we are that far off. Listen, big up to everyone. Make sure you smash to pieces the like button. Every single one of you, smash to pieces that like button. Right, so let's talk about the game. First and foremost, guys, we've won a game. Fantastic. Let's go. 3 points. Finally, 3 points, on the board. Shit show after shit show. And everyone brings up Carabao Cup. We won back-to-back games. Well, listen, that's a cup game. I'm talking about Premier League. Premier League is what I'm interested in right now, in getting top 5, which I can't see it happening. But the bottom line is that is the most important thing. That's the priority. And right now, all I can see is a team struggling still. Yes, we've scored a goal. Let's have it right. Wonderful ball by Casado to Levi Colwill. That was a very good ball by Casado. I want to say that. He played it with a bit of power, and in front of Levi Colwill. So Levi Colwill has to run onto that. He's got no choice. In other words, he's saying to him, bomb it down there. All right. He does. And who does he find? He dinks a lovely ball, and that's our left centre back playing a lovely, or left back, if you like, playing a lovely ball to Minnals Mudryk, chest down, smashes it home. And I'm so happy for Minnals Mudryk because let's have it right. I back this baller. He's a talented player. He's got potential, but he should have experience around him. He should have generals around him. He doesn't, but yet everyone wants to scrutinise him. All you agenda merchants, you're a fucking disgrace because now you're bigging him up, all right? But let's have it right. That's my baller. Backing him all day long. This kid's got minerals. This kid is a special little player, and we need to support this player. I know he's gone down injured. Fucking surprise. What a surprise. But the bottom line is, this guy, he's got bags of it. He's got blistering lightning pace like Mbappe, brother, if not faster than Mbappe. He's got a shot on him. He's got strength. You know he goes in that gym, and he lands the minerals in the gym. He's got it. And I'm telling you, he just needs to be bedding. He struggled with the transition. Like I say, with a lot of these foreign players that come over mid-season especially, and they come to Premier League, they need time to adjust. He's adjusting slowly. He's had a slow burning start. But I tell you what, that goal was well-deserved, well-needed. Could have had a second goal as well in that game because he blasted it over. That was before the goal. But I thought he played very well before the injury, obviously. And he linked up well with Cole Palmer. He linked up well with Levi Colwill. But he needs that link up. He needs to have that freedom and that license to be in those dangerous positions where he receives the ball and he will punish teams. So that is a confidence booster. That's a positive, bruv. Let's have it right. Cole Palmer with another assist for the second goal for Broha. Bro has come back, hardly played any minutes. This guy looks like a machine, bruv. He's like a Diego Costa on steroids. And I've always rated him, but I just never knew what he'd come back like after injury, after a bad injury. But let's have it right. He looks very, very saucy at the minute. He looks strong. He looks up for it. He missed another chance like Mudryk where he should have really got that on target, where he went round across the goalkeeper and he just blasted it. I think he should have scored that really as a striker. But give or take, we're not going to hold that against him because he's hardly had any minutes. I think if he's match sharp and match fit, he bags that goal. But he gets the second goal to kill the game off very in close succession to the first goal, and that kills the game. It gives us confidence. It allows us to sit back and just try and control it. And what we did do is exactly that: sit back and protect our 2-goal lead. But the thing is, Broha got the goal, and he anticipated, is instinctive. It came off the defender and hit his foot, and he directed it and guided it in. And you could see he deliberately guided it in, even though he's anticipating it, is because he watched the ball from his foot go in the net. He knew where it was going. Look, guys, I rate Broha, and as far as I'm concerned, he starts over Jackson. Already he's had an impact, and Jackson's played most of our games, and you can see that Broha he's got the experience, all right, of playing Premier League football for Southampton and for a bit for Chelsea before the injury. He's got experience, and that experience allows you to adapt very quickly, even to a new team. He can adapt very quickly because he's hardly played with everyone. So for me, I'd start with Broja next game against Burnley away. Mudryk, I don't think will play because he's injured. But let's have it right. 2 fantastic positives. To see a striker that actually puts the ball in the net, to see a winger put the ball in the net and actually have very few chances and take their chances is a positive. And thankfully, we've got a positive to speak about. And the other positive I want to talk about is Conor fucking Gallagher. Let's have it right. He was a captain at Chelsea Football Club for this game. He's been a captain last game. He run like anything. He fights for the badge. He knows what it means to play for Chelsea Football Club. Very few of these players have that in them. They don't have that DNA. He's been at the club since 6 years old. All you fucking melts want to mock Mason Mount being in exactly that same position, yeah, and being at the club, but yet having an agenda. And you still feel an agenda on Conor Gallagher because he's not good enough, not good enough. Listen, let's have it right. We're going to talk about both sides of the coin, yeah? Let's have it right, yeah? Conor Gallagher in that game was fucking unbelievable in that game, all right? He ran the midfield. He worked his socks off. He linked up play. He played simple passes. He was protecting and helping Enzo, who for me didn't have the greatest game, and Caicedo as well. He was complimenting those two, allowing those two to do what they do. Conor Minerals General, bruv. Yeah, let's have it right. And he's a captain. But I just want to mention something here. All right. And this is not a dig at Connor, but there is no way. I've seen some nonsense on the timeline that Conor Gallagher is going to beat Mason Mount's legacy. You're a fucking long way from Starbucks. Conor Gallagher is nowhere near Mason Mount. Nowhere near Mason Mount. All right. But you lot are seeing the levels. These levels that he's showing is because the levels around him are lower. Yeah. And that's 105 million on Enzo Fernandez. That's 115 million on Casado. There's money spent in that team. 55 million on Cole Palmer. All right. This is the difference. Is that just he does the basics, it outshines everyone else in the team because he's got that. He knows what it takes to play for Chelsea. Well, Mason Mount's levels above, and we sold that player, and that player should have been captain at Chelsea, and now we've got Gallagher as captain at Chelsea. Well, there you go. It's because the team standards and levels have lowered that Gallagher looks like he's got to start every game. But before, when we had all of our Kantes, Kovacic, Mason Mount, Jorginho's, all these players, Connor's not getting in the team. So that tells you everything you need to know. And that's the clown owners lowering the levels at the club. And there you go. All right. And you're playing Connor out of position. You're playing him in a defensive position, not a number 10. So not taking anything away from Connor. He had a fantastic performance, but that's the realities of the situation. And I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. And I'm not going to hype up Connor like he's the next Mason Mount, because he's a poor man's Mason Mount. And that is the facts. Like, I'm not dissing the kid. He's a talented player. But in reality, when we look at the Chelsea teams in the past, does Connor really get into this team properly? And I don't think he does. And he didn't under Thomas Tuchel. Only when he had fucking injuries he got in. I think he's a great squad player. But let's have it right. When you talk about spending 115 million on Casado and 105 million on Enzo Fernandez, yeah, all right? You've even bought Lavia as well, all right? And you lot are fucking raving about these players. And listen, I do think they're good players. I think Enzo's a very nice player. I think Casado is very good, but we've only had a sample of a year at Brighton. And Seagull Merchants, by the way, see you later. Fly off, you fucking melts. But the bottom line is this. Look at Bellingham at Real Madrid. He scored 8 goals in 9 games or something ridiculous. 8 goals in 7 games. All right. That's what you spend 110 million on. Goal scoring midfielders. Enzo can't buy a goal or a fucking assist for that matter. Casado can't buy a goal or get an assist. Gallagher's not getting goals and assists. Lavia ain't going to get any goals and assists. Cole Palmer's getting assists, but he should be because he's playing that number 10 role. So what are we doing here, bruv? This is what I'm saying, man. When you spend that sort of money, you need goals in those players. We don't have it, bro. You look at the whole midfield, we don't have enough goals. So you have to solely rely on a striker where we haven't bought an elite top-notch striker. And you have to rely on Mudryks and Sterling's and all these players. Nuni Madueke's not even getting a sniff, bro. Let's talk about the defence. Everyone's raving about Brillo Pad Cucurella. I mean, listen, this guy's playing right back. He's doing all right. He's doing all right, but let's not forget that this club relentlessly wanted to sell Cucurella, and they still do. They still want to sell him. So all of a sudden, now they're like, oh, we believe he's training hard, this and that. Waffle, bro. All PR. It's because the gaffer's got no other choice but to play him. You got no Fofana, you got no Trev Baresi, and you got no, who's the other one we've lost? We ain't got no Reece James, and we got no Gusto. Look at the medical team. Fucking shocking, bro. Get these guys back to fitness. And let's have it right. Trev Baresi said it wasn't his fitness coach, but let's have it right. The truth is the truth. The fitness coach was talking the facts of all the leaked messages. That is a shit show. The medical, the rehabilitation, the process in getting these players fit and ready to come back is so poor. It's so in the mud, and it's all a circus. This is why we're getting injuries galore. They're bringing back players too quickly, and this is the problem, bruv. Do you know what I mean? This is the problem. So it is what it is, bruv. PR merchants are having a field day with you lot. Yeah, well, listen, and I talk about you lot, not the Minerals FC Ultras. I talk about people that actually go and read and digest this shit. I mean, you're so fucking naive. You don't even have your own eyes and own brain to really digest what the truth is and what is really going on at Chelsea. But Trev had to come out with that. We know Trev has been forced out. Ian Matson, another lovely play shot, hit the post. Yeah, I think corner, crossbar, post, whatever. And then Enzo Fernandez should be putting that away. I mean, should be putting that away. 3-0, kill the game, job done. But he didn't. So he's struggling to score goals. But I did like the celebration between Enzo and Casado when Mudryk scored. I do like that harmony. I do like that team spirit. But it's not enough, man. Like, you got to understand who you're playing against. We lost to Nottingham Forest at home. We lost to Aston Villa at home. These are shocking results, bruv. Yeah? We're drawing against Bournemouth. You know, these games we should all be winning. All right? We should be beating Fulham. It goes without saying beating Fulham. But we did it. We just about beat them. In my opinion, I thought we fell off. We low blocked against, Brighton. We were low blocking against Brighton, defending for our lives at home. I mean, this is not how Chelsea should play. Chelsea should be landing it, should be destroying these teams, and we're not. And these are the worrying signs that I see when I look at our team. Do you know what I mean? But you'd think we just listen. I expect the inconsistencies and the ups and downs, bruv. I expect it. Big up, James says. Oh, yeah, I've read that already. Sorry. Jamie says VAR is a match fixing tool. Mike Dean admitted to making the wrong decisions. Mark Clattenburg admitted to United bias. These refs are mercenaries and deserve all the criticism they can get. They ask for it. Let's have it right. Not wrong. You're not wrong. Petty the Ripper says, you're spot on, mate. These owners been trying to mud Romans since they joined. Brown envelopes from day they took over. Up the middles, up the Chelsea. Big up to you, understanding and seeing the truth and what is happening at Chelsea and how everyone is bought, how everyone is controlled in the game. So many accounts, man. They're like propping up Cucurella when before they were slandering. This is how wishy-washy and fickle it is in the fan base, bro. It's just generally like that. But for me, I don't buy into all that nonsense. For me, it's like it's so obvious, bruv. I'm just having a look. Guys, smash to pieces the like button. Every single one of you, smash to pieces the like button. Levy Colwell, lovely player. We know that. We know he's talented, bruv. We know he's a talented player. But my point is this, like, look at the levels with Bellingham and look why Bellingham, ask yourself why Bellingham is playing the way he's playing and landing the damn minerals every game at Real Madrid with all that pressure. All right. Look at the players he's playing with. All right. Look at the experience. Let's just name one. Mudryk, bro. Yeah. You've got Vinny Jr. now with all that experience, Champions League winner, bro, landing it. In fact, Vinny Jr. is another player to score or assist in a quarterfinal, semi-final, final Champions League and go and win it just like Mason Mount, Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo. Let's have it right, bruv. Yeah, he's playing with world-class players, all right? And when you play with world-class players, it raises the levels, makes you raise your levels, and he's so young. This is the key formula and blueprint, like the blueprint is blue like Chelsea, is that when you're born winners and when you implement this right blueprint, the one that works is experience with youth and young potential and with experience. And that's what you've got. You see, he went to Borussia Dortmund and they are a feeder club. They're a farming club. They buy players with potential, they develop them, put them on the market and make their big money. Well, this is what Ted Lasso-Bowley and Siri Merchant are basing their whole model on, just like our Red Bull, all right? That's what they're doing. But they're doing it at Chelsea. The difference is, at those clubs at Red Bull and Borussia Dortmund and the Brightons of this world, there's no expectation for them to go and challenge and win, all right? Because they haven't been dominant. They're not elite. They never won the Champions League. They're not winning Europe. They're not even winning the domestic titles, but they're just coasting along, making money. They're money-making clubs, all right? And they milk other clubs, the big clubs that go and buy these players. Well, Chelsea are now this club. Chelsea are now this farming development club. And that's what they're doing. So what does that mean for Chelsea's Cobham Academy? Why are we not just bringing through Cobham Academy players? No, because the Cobham Academy is there to financially allow them and to monetize this model, All right. So they're going to sell these young players from Cobham and some established ones like the Gallaghers of this world, who they've been trying to force out in both, well, since January and summer. Trev Baresi, Ian Matson, all these players, they want to force them out and sell them to get the pound note and get they'll be more valuable than the young players in Cobham. But these young players at Cobham, all right, will still be money makers for these clowns upstairs to then go and buy other young players and bring them for our first team, which is exactly what I've been saying relentlessly, non-stop, is that this is the model. I told you about protesting against this model. No one wanted to do it. They weren't woken by it. And this is where we are now. So it is what it is. You just got to have to accept it now that their model is well in. 1 billion spent. Let's have it right. We are what? 15th, 14th in the league. It's embarrassing. All right. Let's have it right. Yeah. 1 billion spent. All of our core gone. All of our experience gone, which is everyone knows it. Everyone's crying out for experience. Even our own gaffers crying out for experience. Yeah. All right. And where are we, bruv? Where are we? We got Ted Lassaboli and Siri Birkenbag Merchant himself fucking groveling to find investors of 500 million so they can go back in the market because they blown 1 billion because they're fucking broke, mate. Yeah? Penny pinching. They've already blown their budget because they still got to build a stadium. Can you not understand that now we're fucked? We are fucked. You think we're going to go and sign Osimhen's and all these players? You're a long way from Starbucks. Yeah, they're going to continue to buy all these young kids. They're going to hope that Angelo lands it and comes back next season and goes straight in the first team. As an example, this is where we're going now. So Cobham is the cash cow for these lot to buy more of these young players. Right now, let's talk about Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, he's a nice player. He's got minerals. He's got talent. We know that. But obviously, maybe Pep doesn't think he's got enough minerals to go into his first team. Yeah, and play regular minutes because he's got fucking Phil Foden. He's got Fernando. What's his name? Fucking Bernardo, bruv. He's got Doku now. You know, they went and bought Doku. Why don't they keep Cole Palmer? Pep's got Kovacic. You know, a player that was deadwood to us, was he? No, he wasn't. He was forced out because he knew that this ownership was a joke. They're all jokers. Their project's a joke. It's not football. This is not football. This is not Chels. They got Grealish. They got all these players, bruv. They don't need fucking Cole Palmer, bruv. And they're the benchmark. So we're buying a young player to replace Mason Mount, who's a proven international, proven Chelsea pedigree player, should have been our captain. And you say let it go. But the bottom line is, I'm sorry, man. Did anyone see the ball he played outside of the foot of that striker that they got? You know, why don't we buy that striker? He looks fucking quality. 2-footed. Dribbling, pace, he's got stature, he's got experience. You know, this is what I'm talking about, man. It plays for Atalanta, Champions League experience, scoring 2 goals in the Champions League game. Yeah, they lost the game, but you've got to look at the player himself. He looks a real player. But, you know, this player's doing what the so-called Enzo Fernandez is everyone's melting and wetting themselves for. Well, Mount can do it with his eyes closed, all right? You're just fucking wrong. There's agenda merchants on him. But the bottom line is this. Listen, Cole Palmer, he does look good. In his time, he's going to be inconsistent, but he's a nice player. I do like him. And I back him, and I think he's going to be a talent, bruv. I really do. But I just think that you need that experience around him. And he hasn't got that. Everyone's sort of like gaining experience in this team. And like I say, the Premier League is relentless and you need time. And you don't get time in this Premier League. And that's the reality, bruv. Yeah, that's the reality. So I want to bring up, make sure you do smash to pieces the like button. Every single one of you. Smash to pieces the like button if you haven't. And make sure you do subscribe to the channel. But I want to bring up this one. Let's have it right, bruv. Let's have it right. Also, Pochettino giving a gift to Minerals Mudryk of his Spursy book is fucking embarrassing. Let's have it right. We've altered that. We've fixed it and rectified it. Let's have it right. Yeah. Brave new Minerals. Yeah. Thank you for the gift. Big up to my Minerals General Minnals Mudryk, and he's rocking a Stony, bruv. Let's have it right. He knows he's got style. He watches the Minnals FC. We know it. So big up to Minnals Mudryk, and Pochettino needs to just fucking bin that Spursy mentality and all that lemons that worked at Spurs, because they ain't working in your dressing room, because you're letting the fucking owners in and out of that dressing room, the clowns themselves. Let's have it right. So let me share this, because this is important what I'm going to talk about now. So Frank Leboeuf, fucking great player for Chelsea. They called him CD head because he's got a scar on the back of his head, if anyone knows. So let's be realistic. Chelsea are a mid-table club. Attracting players will be tough, and players like Mbappe won't want to come. The big players want to play in Champions League. Arsenal had that problem for years, and so did Manchester United. Let's have it right. Unless you pay the big money and huge monumental wages, you're not signing these players. You ain't going to sign them. So, like I say, where's Steve Sidwell, waffle merchant? And then the real goats are talking. Let's bring up the next goat and legend in the game. Yeah, Gianfranco Zola, greatest player to play for Chelsea. Yeah, Zola believes departures have been just as disruptive as the arrivals at Chelsea. I'm surprised so many experienced players left. My understanding is that they are planning to build a team within the next 3 or 4 years, but players left that were there a long time and that won a lot. Aspilicueta, Jorginho, Havertz, Kovacic, obviously Mount, we know goes without saying. Players that probably everyone looked up to. You need those players in difficult moments. You rely on those players. So many left, and that doesn't help the situation. Well, why does this sound familiar? You know, I'm very happy that you've got reputable legends from our football club and proper players with reputations, yeah, and credibility, like Gianfranco Zola and Frank Leboeuf, coming out and saying the truth, because this is the truth. We are a mid-table club right now. We have lost all our experience, and this is why we are struggling, because you've got non-footballing fucking clowns upstairs making footballing decisions. You've got mid-table mentality directors in Carrot Eaton, Winstanley and Stuart Little making decisions, going for all these young little talent starlets and data obsession FC, yeah, Epstein FC and all that jazz. All right. And that's what they're relying upon. But they don't understand. They're not come from big elite clubs. The owners, they've never run a football club. They don't understand heritage. Mason Mount forced out. Kai Havertz forced out. Kovacic forced out. Kante alone, bro. Can you imagine Kante in this midfield? No one gets over N'Golo Kante in this midfield. All right. Fucking no one. Yeah. That's the reason Casado came to Chelsea. It's because of players like N'Golo Kante, Makelele. And funny enough, Makelele's jumped ship. He wants out. Or he does. He has out. He's out of the club. So, listen, worrying times, bruv. Worrying times, bruv. Zola is always speaking facts, bruv. Funny enough, the facts were, he said, we wanted to keep Mason Mount. Sarri was contemplating keeping Mason Mount. We regret letting him go because he went to Vitesse, have it right. No, he went to Leeds to play Frankie Lampard. Listen, let's have it right. You know what I mean? They know their mentality. Frank Leboeuf and Zola were part of the team that laid the foundations of Chelsea's success. When Roman comes along, bosh, we landed it. We've won the lot, bro. We've won the lot. Every trophy in the cabinet. I tell you this now, this team misses N'Golo Kante so much, and we knew that. World-class player, absolute GOAT in the game, our legend. Listen, you can't replace him. I told you that. He's irreplaceable. N'Golo Kante is irreplaceable. And what have you brought me? You brought me inexperience. You brought me players that haven't even played Champions League football, bro. Big up to Nick Smith, sing a beer out. Big up to you, geezer. We know it. Standard procedure. Hope you're doing well, my geezer. Mick Joyboy says Zola is our GOAT. He is our GOAT. He's an absolute GOAT in the game, bro. Yeah. And also, Super Frankie Lampard came out because he was a pundit. What did he say? Well, let's talk about it. He says they've lost important pieces at Chelsea of experience and young experience in Kai Havertz, Mason Mount. They've lost N'Golo Kante. He's named these players that we were missing, Kovacic as well. I'm sorry, man. These are the big goats in the game and for Chelsea, and they're spitting facts and they're landing minerals, but yet all these fucking clowns in the fan base, all these melts and all these brown envelopes tell you otherwise, and you drink it all in. Wake up, man. Wake the fuck up and understand, yeah? It's like you don't even know football, man. It's like, have you even watched all the successful teams at Chelsea? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, yeah? Vic says, what's the difference between Roman and Marina selling common players? I'll tell you the difference. Roman sold common players, yes, to make money because they weren't good enough to get in the first team, right? They just weren't. Very rare do you get John Terry's that come through, Mason Mounts and Reece James, and then obviously we had the transfer ban, and Frank Lampard brought in extra youth players in Billy Gilmour, who's landing minerals at fucking Brighton, who we should never have sold, and it wasn't Tuchel. It was the fucking clowns wanting £9 million note, let's have it right, yeah. And he needs to be bedding, and he wanted to play minutes, is what it is. But ask yourself, you know what I'm saying? Look at the other players he brought through, man. You know, we brought through young players because we had a transfer ban. But only very few make it through Cobham. That's why Roma Marina sold these players. These fucking clowns, they're not even bringing Cobham youth players through. They're fucking buying other young players from different continents in Brazil's and Colombia's and all this, and they're bringing them in the first team. So what chance have the Cobham players got? You shouldn't be doing that. They should be going into the under 21s playing with Cobham Academy, all right? And you should have experienced players in the first team to look up to work your nutsack off, to try and break into that first team. Now we've got all these young players on high fucking contracts, prison sentence contracts, all right, big money, big transfer fees, and they're getting thrown into the first team. And that's the bottom line. Like, this is where people misconstrue when you compare Roman and these clowns. These clowns are a budget Roman model. That's what they are. They're doing everything Roman did, right? We have our yes men. We call the shots. We want to implement the multi-club model. Their mentality is making money, building a stadium, selling the club for double the money in 10 years, because that's their 10-year plan. Spend their money quickly on young players. Hope these players in 5 years come to fruition. Their data lands, and they built a super youth team, and it all fucking goes happy-go-lucky, and they're landing it, and there's Birkenbags getting handed out every game because everyone's landing minerals. All right, that's their mentality. Roman's mentality is, I'm gonna have everyone under me. It's what I say and what I do. Yeah, all right. It's what I say, not as I do. Let's have it right. Shout out Stretters. So here we are. Roman, he will buy the players, but he will buy proven pedigree. He wants to win. He will buy some young talent. Let's have it right. But Eden Hazards and all these young players. He buy young Juan Matters and Oscars and all these guys. All right. But they've got some sort of levels, bruv. Yeah. You can see they ooze it. But they're going into teams with a core, backbone, experience, title-winning teams. All right. Where you're up there. So you can do that. And you get by. All right. But he bought proven pedigree. And his mentality was, I don't give a fuck about money. I don't give a fuck about the pound note. I want Chelsea to be the best team in London. I want Chelsea to be the best team in the world. I want a legacy at Chelsea. I want to win every trophy that can be won. That's the mentality. That's a very different mentality, very different structure in the model when it's a yes man model to the fucking clowns one that we got right now at Chelsea Football Club. So there's a little bit of education. This is what is happening, bruv. Yeah. This is what's happening at Chelsea. And people don't quite understand, or they do understand, but they don't want to come to the realization. They don't want to admit it. But this is the bottom line, bruv. Yeah, it's the bottom line. They don't care about heritage, these owners. They only care about making money. They're now looking for investors. It's embarrassing, bruv. You spent $1 billion and you're looking for investors. Yeah, really? Is that what we're doing here at Chelsea now? We're fucking trying to get more money because you're basically broadcasting that we've spent all our money and we're in trouble. The club's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. Listen, wins is what buys you time. It will buy the gaffer time before the agenda starts again on Poch. You know, that's eased off now. Players' agendas is easing off because we've won a fucking game against a relegation side in Fulham. Can we play Arsenal's? Can we play Man United's, Man City's, Liverpool's, Brighton's, Newcastle's, and all these games in quick succession? Then you're going to see what our team is made of, what our minerals is all about, what our gaffer's all about, and what the fucking owners are all about. Because let's have it right. They will be going in and out that dressing room. Oh, believe me, they will be, bruv. Yeah, I guarantee it, bruv. I did talk about the positives. The positives is we won a fucking game. Thiago Silva, again, you lot wanted to bench Thiago Silva. He's our general man. We need him. He played in the back four as well, and he landed it. I thought link up with Cole Palmer Broha, Mudryk was very nice, very saucy. I like the fact that Colwell got an assist. I like the fact that Colwell's got another assist. It builds his confidence. He does look a very tidy player. Cucurella playing right back, great. But play against Arsenal, Martinelli. Play against fucking Grealish. How are you going to do? Where are the levels going to be? How good are they going to be? It's all well and good talking about positives here. And there are positives. And we've won a game. And we've won 2-0. And we've got a clean sheet. I thought Sanchez, he did all right. He kept us in the game, really. Once we 2-0 up, they almost scored. They could have had a couple goals. Easy, bruv. But it is what it is, bruv. Enzo, he had some nice moments, but not consistent enough. Casado, okay. But they're looking to build chemistry. The thing is, these players need time to gel and need time to bed in. And unfortunately, you're not going to get that. Plus, you've got all the injuries. Also, big up to Reece James. He got a fine and a one-game ban. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? Anything to feed the agenda on the FA because they're absolute corrupt FC. So big up to our captain, James, bruv. You know what I mean? He's fucking landing minerals and we love it. I'm all for it, bruv. I'm all for it. So it is what it is. There were a few positives. There was some nice little bits of football in that. What's everyone saying in the chat? The fact is, Neil, yeah, everyone gets gassed when we scored a goal. When we score a goal these days, it's true. But the funny thing is, it's more of a relief. It's a relief that Mudryk scored and he's got his actual goal, debut goal for Chelsea, a Premier League goal for Chelsea. He's actually scored for Chelsea. After all this time, he's getting fucking relentless bantering from all the rivals, But it is Ukrainian Neymar, our minerals, Mudryk. He's going to come good, and I don't doubt it. I've been backing him since day one, bruv, and I will continue to back him. We don't flip-flop around here. Listen, that will be our goal of the month, because how many goals? We couldn't buy a goal, we can create goals. So, yes, you're going to get some games where we do, and we're playing shit opposition, and it's not their day, and we're going to beat them. But there's going to be games where we're going to get spanked. You know what I mean? And then we're going to go through the whole process again, yeah? But nothing surprises me. I just get rattled because we've spent $1 billion and we should be steamrolling teams. But in reality, what experience have we got? The gaffer is crying out for experience and he's still not getting it. He's giving us all this PR that he's into all this stuff, He's into all this. I'm gonna work with the owners and all that. I don't believe it, bruv. Don't believe it. Yeah, Broha played very well. I think he's a breath of fresh air for us because we need a striker that's just got a bit of experience that can put the ball in net, and he has done that. He could have had 2 that game. But it is what it is. I mean, you got our away end saying, how shit are you that we're winning? Do you know what I mean? That's how bad we are. That's how bad we've been. The fact that we're scoring goals against teams that, we're so in the mud. We're so poor. But yet we're fucking, we're celebrating it. It's great. It's a great winning feeling. It's great to have a win. It feeds a bit of positivity until the next fucking calamity. I don't want Ivan Toney. I've said that. He doesn't even fit the profile. He's 26 years old, going on 27. He doesn't even fit the profile. He'll probably go to an Arsenal, someone like that. I mean, Osimhen, from what I saw, he was all right against Real Madrid. But, he gets in defence. He heads out as well. He works for the team. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Make sure you smash that like button, every single one of you. Smash to piece the like button. Let's bring this one up. Obviously, we've already mentioned this, but this is worrying. Chelsea are looking to raise up 500 million from US financial institutions. You know what I mean? Ted Lasso Bowley, what a fuck up. What a fuck up. We know that. We all know that. Gary Neville actually spoke the truth as well. He says it's the culture at Chelsea that's killing the players. And what he means by that, and what I agree with, is the culture of these clowns going in that dressing rooms, dictating this project is affecting the players. And these players are like, their brains are like sponges. You know, they're very delicate. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very, very delicate. Every single one of these youth players, they need to be bed in very, very slowly, guys. Very, very slowly. And they can't have owners going in and out, bro. Yeah. Also, I want to salute. We've got to welcome a new Minnals FC Ultra to the family. Cursor's new little boy who's landed. So big up to Cursor, bruv, and your Minnals General who's entered the world, bruv. So shout out. We've got to shout him out, bruv. Do you know what I mean? We have to shout him out. Minerals Amayo, yeah. Big up to you. Welcome. And he's obviously goes without saying he's a Minnals FC Ultra, bruv, in the game. Yeah. So big up to everyone. Big up to Joe McMahon. Big up to God of Frogs. Big up to Mickey Joy, Bod Bartik Minerals. Bailey doesn't know football, but can't. But you say what? But can't admit it. Of course they won't. They won't admit. No billionaire wants to admit that they're wrong because it dents their ego. Anyone who tells them that they're wrong dents their ego. Let's have it right. It all went pear-shaped. I'll give you an example. When Ted Lasso Bailey had to apologise to Minnals Mount, yeah, about him liking that tweet slandering Mason Mount's open play distribution, yeah. He didn't like that. Ever since that happened, and that happened before the 200 grand, that was the offer. That was after the offer, first offer was made. Yeah, let's have it right. And they retracted it off, bruv. Yeah. So let that, drink those minerals in. Yeah. Drink those minerals in. So big up to every single one of you in here. Respect to everyone. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Big up to all my members. Big up to everyone who's landed the super minerals on here. And make sure you put all your comments down below in the description, guys. But respect to everyone. And I will be back again, as always, and we'll land it. Hopefully. Oh, by the way, Saka's injured. So let's see how the Goons deal with that against Manchester City at the weekend, bruv. But it is what it is, bruv. Oh, and let's have it right. Siri Birkenberg merchant running away from a little girl because she's laying the minerals on him saying, what are you doing at our club? What are you doing at Chelsea? Yeah, and he's running away, bruv, like a little girl, bruv. Yeah, that's who we got running our football club. I thought it was maybe some Pablo Escobar, bruv. What a shit show. Embarrassing. But it is what it is, guys. Big up to Deckers. He says this Dortmund RB feeder club project that they've brought is going to be the end of us, an elite club. It kills me. Their ego is too big for them to admit this model is shit, won't work, and change it. Let's have it right. They have to change the model, and they have to do that by buying proven players on high wages, break the wage structure, etc., and go back to what actually works and proven blueprint of minerals and how you win titles and compete the best at the high fucking level. But instead, they won't do that because they've spent all their money and they're desperate to penny pinch and go and ask for investors for 500 million because they've blown all their fucking money on this project. They've gone all in black because it's fucking group of death. It's the end of us, all right? And it's red for bloodshed at Chelsea because that's what they've done. And they can't go back. It's too late, guys. I told you last season we had the chance to change their model because I knew what they were going to do. I knew they were going to go and spend that billion. And once they spend that billion, it's over for us. The money's there. It's gone. It's spent. Everything's invested in these players. And now we have to sell our experienced youth players and Cobham players to go back in the market because they're not going back in their pockets because the suits and boots are Clear Lake and the fucking Siri merchant himself, the kingpin, and Ted Lasso Bailey, the 10% merchant, and Weiss, the 5% merchant, and all their little fucking jellyfish yes men. They're saying we can't go. We're not going to spend any more money. We're not going to spend any more money. So you have to be self-sustainable. Yeah? One in, one out. Well done. Great fucking model. So now we got to wait. Yeah? That's the bullshit at Chelsea now. All right? But listen, you lot fucking, obviously, apart from the Minerals FC Ultras, but everyone else, yeah, you lot want to buy into all this waffle. You're going to be fucking crying your eyes out later. But don't cry to me like everyone is crying to me. And there are people going on big platforms, landing it, speaking the truth, and they don't like the truth. And the truth is, they have killed our football club. We're now a feeder development club. We're an Epstein FC fucking model, yeah? And that's what we are at Chelsea, all right? All this, the players need time. They'll come good. You ain't got fucking time. We're not going to get Champions League this year. That's another year of no Champions League next year. Financially, that's a killer, all right? They thought that we would automatically qualify for Champions League. They didn't even realise there was relegation, bro. All right, these clowns haven't got a clue about the club they bought, the fucking elite club they bought, the stature, and these are the facts, and this is the reality. All right, so look, they're going to cry, and I will not stop spitting and landing the truth and being real about it because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to get carried away just because we won one fucking game against a relegation fighting Fulham. All right, who we are level on points with. All right, that's our fucking level at the minute. All right. Until we're up in the top half of the table, because I haven't seen the top half of the table for God knows how long, I can't even remember, all right? Until we're in that top half of the table and we're actually fucking showing some sort of signs of winning games back-to-back, momentum, confidence, patterns of play, style, not just scoring a goal and low blocking, then I'm going to say, all right, there's some sort of progression here. There's something to be really positive about. Unfortunately, it's not the case, bro. But it is what it is. Guys, big up to everyone. Shout out to everyone. Respect to all you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe button. Make sure you put all your comments down below, bruv. And also, you've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership as well. Join that. Be part of the community. In numbers, we're stronger. So have it right. But guys, it's time to land it and duck out. Yeah, I feel a bit better now. And it is what it is. But respect to everyone. And listen, fuck this kindergarten FC nonsense. Let's just fucking buy some proper players, bruv. You know, let's buy some proper players. But as always, guys, respect to everyone. We're going to leave you on this one because I think this is as it should be, bruv. Yeah, we are the Minerals FC. We land it everywhere we go. Up the Chels, up Minerals FC. Smash the like button. Subscribe and make sure you put your comments down below. Very important that I see what you say. All right, let's go.